Hey, welcome to the Drayway. I am really glad you're here. Yes, it's another indoor edition, and no, that's not a Christmas tree. Believe it or not, that's a Valentine's Day tree. That's a holiday tree. Stays there. It's been in that spot for 8 years. A lot of you keep asking me about the tree. It's not a Christmas tree. It's a Valentine's Day tree. St. Patty's Day is next, and Easter after that. But anyway, I'm glad you're here for the Drayway. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go. Hey, welcome to the Drayway. I want to let you guys kind of in on all the new things that are going on, because there are definitely some things going on that you guys need to be aware of. I'm going to be starting a new podcast. Yes, in the next couple of weeks, probably not next Monday, but the following Monday. There will be a website up at the end of the week, and our team is going to put together a podcast, and we're going to have a podcast live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, probably from 6 to 7 p.m. And it looks like it's going to be, originally I thought it was going to be at the Hard Rock, but now it looks like it's going to be at South Point. Yeah, South Point Casino may be where it's at. We'll know in a couple of days. But yeah, I could not be more excited. I'm really excited about doing a podcast because I kind of want to do more. I kind of want to talk more about the things that really involve me at this age. You know, after 40, I think we all can agree our lives change and our lifestyles change. The food we eat, the exercise, our bodies, everything about us changes. And it's something that I'm really into now. It's something that I like talking about. And so what's the podcast going to be about? It's going to be about lifestyle after 40. It's going to be about dating and relationships after 40. It's going to be about a lot of different things, but hopefully you guys will have fun with it. It'll be entertaining. And I know it's going to be fun because on a podcast, yeah, I can't wait to tell some of my stories. So let me know what you think in the comments. I've been putting this together for the last few weeks, and I've been talking to many of you, believe it or not, in the audience. I've been talking to quite a few people, kind of getting a sense of what they would like to see, what they want to hear about, what information they would like to get, what type of guests would they like to have? And I've got some great ideas for some great guests. I mean, some really, really good people. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to. That's kind of what's been going on behind the scenes. And now I'm ready to talk about it because we're actually that close. The website will be up shortly. I don't have it yet, but very soon we'll have the website up. How to become a member, because the podcast is going to be members only. And I could not be more excited. Again, let me know what you think in the comments. And if you have some suggestions, if you have some ideas, if you say, hey, Drayton, I'd like to know more about this, or I'd like to know more about, staying healthy after 40, or exercising after 40, or staying stylish after 40, or I don't know, even staying up to times even when you're past 60, like I am. I'm 61. But I think it's for everybody over 40, because I think we all know after 40, things start to change. So I hope you'll join me in the podcast. Like I said, more information coming up. But I'm excited, and I wanted you guys to know about it. So let me know what you think in the comments, and stay right there. We got a lot more to talk about. Everybody's asked me, I've gotten a lot of input from people asking me, what do you think about the new administration? What do you think about, the first week? And the first week is kind of what I expected. It's been kind of chaos. And it's Donald Trump thinking that he can change government that has been, these institutions have been around for decades, and in some cases for hundreds of years. And that naivete of thinking you can just come in and within a few years fundamentally completely change how our government works is, yeah, it's crazy. And what results do I think? I think we're going to get crazy results. That's what I think is going to happen. Just like happened last time he was president, we had some very unfortunate things happen, and I think it's going to happen again. And especially with the tariffs. People keep asking me in the comments, what about the tariffs? What about the tariffs? The tariffs are going to be extremely destructive. And that's exactly what I expect. But it's not just the tariffs that are going to hurt us here in the United States, but it's how we're being hurt around the world. And when I say hurt around the world, you know, you're having a spat with Colombia, you're having a spat with Mexico, you're having a spat with Canada, you're having a spat with Greenland, you're having a spat with Denmark, you're having a spat with Panama. I mean, and that's in week 1. That's in the first week. So if we're having those problems in the first week, what do you think it's going to be like the rest of the month or next month or the month after that? So I just think, you know, I'd like to think that, you know, he would have learned and paced himself, but no, he wants to make wholesale changes, you know, to institutions that have been around a long time. And that just, he's trying to do it with people with virtually no experience in government. So how does anyone think that's going to work? How do you put people with limited experience in government, and the people that you've surrounded yourself with are successful businessmen, like that has anything to do with running government, which it does not. Running a company is nothing like running a government. It's the complete polar opposite. And we're about to find that out, because over the next few months, you're going to see just one misstep after another, and ultimately by the end of the year, you're going to see a huge recession, and our economy is going to struggle. And that's simply because you can't remove low-cost workers that provide all the hard labor underneath the surface of our economy. You can't get rid of that and think that the economy is just going to somehow chug along anyway. Yeah, that's not how things work. But again, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think 2025 is going to bring. One thing I can tell you already, just in the last 4 days, I've seen the price of eggs go up 50%, just in the last 4 days. And I'm curious, when are all these grocery discounts going to take place? I think you and I both know it's not going to happen. In fact, as these tariffs hit next week, and I suppose that's when they're supposed to start next week, when that takes place, you're talking about prices going up 25% or more across the board at stores like Target and Walmart, because they've already said they're raising the prices. So all I can say is stay right here in the Drayway. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber, please do. And welcome to the Drayway, and stay right there. I have one final thought. The year was 1997, and I was walking, and there was a lot of us walking in one direction, a bunch of people walking in the other direction, and I was trying to pay attention not to have my big feet, you know, land on somebody else's feet. And, you know, I looked up and I started looking around, and I looked, you know, at the people coming towards me, and I locked eyes with an absolutely beautiful woman. I mean, when I say locked eyes, it was boom. And I just couldn't get my eyes off of her. And as we started to walk by, I just kept looking, and I turned around and I stopped. And she kept walking, and she turned around, and when she saw I was still standing there looking at her, she turned around and went, and I went, and I started to walk towards her, and I said, I'm really sorry. I said, normally the brain says, look away, and my head looks away. But this time my heart took over and I just couldn't look away. And she goes, are you kidding me? She goes, how many times have you used that line? I said, never. I'm completely winging it. How am I doing? And she said, I'm not sure yet. And I said, no, I'm being very serious. You absolutely are stunning. And it's one of those things that I knew I should have turned my head, but I just couldn't. Can I have your name? And she goes, are you serious? I said, my name's Drayton. And she said, I'm Susie. I said, nice to meet you, Susie. And what ended up happening is I asked her, I said, are you going somewhere this way? She goes, yeah, I'm going somewhere. I said, is it important? She goes, important? Why? I said, because I know there's a coffee shop right over there, and I was wondering if I could buy you a cup of coffee. And she said, coffee. I said, tea, milkshake, whatever. And she goes, are you serious? I said, yeah. So off we went. And the funny thing is that I'll fast forward just so you know, I ended up marrying her. That was my second wife. Yeah. And I tell you that story because when we get older, for some reason, when we get older, and I'm starting to date again, and for some reason, when we get older, we get gun shy. We forget that there is a lot of people in the world that are single too, especially now. Do you know how many beautiful females are out there? There are a ton of them. And what I don't understand is, why aren't you guys talking to them? Because when I walk up to women now and I start talking to them, they're almost in shock. They're almost in absolute complete shock. And I don't know why until I find out. They're like, oh yeah, you're the first one to approach me in years. I'm like, what? What do you mean? And she's like, yeah, men don't ever. She goes, I have the cutest outfits at the gym and no man has ever even so much as said hello. I said, are you kidding me? And she said, no, I'm serious. And I hear this over and over and over again. So what I want to know from you guys is, especially you guys over 40, over 50, why? Why are you not approaching women? Why are you not introducing yourself? Why are you not saying hello? I'm curious and I would love to know the answer. So I know it's a little different topic for us than usual, but I'm starting on the podcast. I'm going to be talking about this a lot. And I just want to get a sense as to why. Why are you guys not approaching women? Because Lord knows, especially here in Vegas, there are beautiful women all over the place. And I'm sure there's probably some very good looking women where you are. But let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And thanks for joining me on the Drayway. I really appreciate you being here. Remember, there's a new Drayway each and every day. And I hope you stop by every day. And I hope you hit the subscribe button because I'm trying to get to 100,000. And without you, I can't do it. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me on the Drayway. I'll see you again tomorrow.